longer period of time.
Sure.
So we took it all the way through. We had in total, they had that traditional listing had 3 offers, okay, on it. We had in excess of 9 offers, okay. Now, what we did, we got all of those people and we registered them to bid at auction.
Okay.
So in an online environment, it is still a live auction where I'm the auctioneer. They register to bid. They show that they've got their financial situation is appropriate, and we approve that. And they verify their identity. And if they have a buyer's agent, that buyer's agent is attached to the deal as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we registered them to bid for auction. Now, out of those 9 offers that we had on the property prior to auction, okay, we had about 7 of them registered to bid. The other ones we said, probably no point in you registering because their conditions and their terms were well good enough. Because in the auction process, we negotiate their contingencies or their terms of that deal before we let them bid at auction.
Wow, love that.
So now in that situation, we got $1,065,500. So what's that? That's $85,500 more $1,000 more than that previous unit. But
wow.
That is not the staggering thing in all of this, Greg. I can get you more money, no problem. Because that comes down to the person negotiating and their experience and all of those different things, okay? And the leverage that you have. An auction gives you wonderful leverage. And I believe that the transparent nature of someone feeling comfortable, they can see and they can have the final say. How many times have people experienced their buyer going, oh, well, if I knew they paid that, I would have paid that as well, okay, and missed out on a deal. Auction gives them the opportunity for final say. However, this is the more staggering thing. We had the property on the market for 3 weeks. We tracked where at what time did the highest bidder come through? At the end of week 2. That's when they engaged with the property. If I had a 7-day offer date on that property, I would have undersold it.
Yep.
Right. So then we started strategically looking at this statistic across all of our auctions. If I told you 47% of the time that the best buyer that pays the most amount of money, whether it's before auction with an offer or on auction day, comes at the end of week 2 and the beginning of week 3 in that space, 47% of people. So I can say categorically in the markets we operate in that if you sell a property before the end of week 2, that you've 47% of the time undersold it. And this is this whole philosophy that we come into is that traditional is like fishing with one fishing line, one piece of bait, waiting for somebody to bite it.